She ran. Her bag slipped from her shoulder, hit the wet pavement, and spilled everything. Phone, notebook, earphones, right in the middle of the crosswalk as the traffic light blinked red. Ah, she gasped. A car horn blasted. Hey, watch out. A man shouted in Korean. She froze for half a second, heart pounding, rain soaking her hair and jacket. Then a hand grabbed her wrist and pulled her back hard. The car rushed past. Her chest rose and fell fast. She looked up, shocked. The man holding her wrist was Korean. Tall. Black coat. Wet hair stuck to his forehead. His eyes were wide. You could have been hit, he said, breathing hard. She pulled her hand back slowly. I'm sorry. Her accent was thick. African. Senegalese. The man blinked. Are you okay? She nodded, then shook her head. My things. He looked down. Papers were already floating in dirty rainwater. Stay, he said quickly and crouched to help. Before the story goes any further, if you love emotional stories like this, please subscribe now, like the video, and comment where you're watching from. Your support helps stories like this reach more people. She hesitated, then knelt beside him. Cars honked again, but they ignored them. They worked fast. This notebook, she said, picking it up. It's important. What is it? He asked. My Korean practice. He paused. You're learning Korean? Yes, she said with a small laugh. Very slowly. He smiled without thinking. Then he caught himself and looked away. The light turned green again. Come, he said. We'll finish over there. They hurried to the sidewalk under a shop awning. Rain drummed loudly above them. She stood up straight. She was taller than him, much taller. He noticed then. Really noticed. Her posture. Her calm strength even after almost getting hit by a car. Thank you, she said. You saved me. He scratched the back of his neck. Anyone would have. No, she said gently. Not everyone stops. That hit him harder than the rain. They stood in silence for a moment. I'm Ji-hoon, he said finally. Awa, she replied. From Senegal. He nodded slowly. I've never met anyone from Senegal. She smiled. Now you have. Something about the way she said it made his chest feel tight. I live near here, he said. You're shaking. Do you want coffee? She hesitated again. Her eyes searched his face, careful, alert. I don't usually go with strangers, she said honestly. That's smart, he replied. We can just stand here. She laughed softly. Okay, coffee. They walked side by side, not touching. People stared. Some whispered. A tall black woman and a Korean man walking together in the rain. It drew attention. Awa noticed, of course. She always did. In Senegal, she blended in. In Korea, she stood out everywhere. On buses. In shops. On streets like this. Do they stare at you a lot? Ji-hoon asked quietly. She looked at him, surprised. Yes. I'm sorry. She shrugged. I'm used to it. But her voice said she wasn't. Inside the cafe, it was warm. Soft music played. They ordered, then sat by the window. Ji-hoon watched her wrap her hands around the cup. So, he said, why Korea? She took a breath. Work. And I wanted to start over. From what? She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. A life where people decided who I was before I spoke. He nodded. He understood that more than she knew. My parents won't like this, he said suddenly. She looked up. Like what? Me sitting here with you. Her smile faded. Oh, I didn't mean, he stopped. I just wanted to be honest. She studied him for a long second. Then she nodded. Thank you for saying it. He felt ashamed and relieved at the same time. You're very tall, he said, trying to change the mood. She laughed. Everyone says that. I mean confidently tall. She raised an eyebrow. That's new. They both smiled. Minutes passed. Then an hour. They talked about food. Music. How she missed Senegalese sunsets. How he felt stuck in Seoul even though he was born there. When she stood to leave, he panicked. Can I see you again? He asked too fast. She paused. This time she didn't hesitate. Yes, she said. But slowly. Slow is good, he said. Outside, the rain had stopped. She walked away, tall and steady, disappearing into the crowd. Ji-hoon stood there long after she was gone. He didn't know it yet, but his life had just split into before and after. And Awa? She touched her chest as she walked, confused by the warmth there. She had come to Korea to be invisible. But someone had seen her. Ji-hoon checked his phone again. No message. He placed it face down on the table, then flipped it back up almost immediately, as if staring harder would make a reply appear. Across the room, his co-worker Min-jae smirked. You've checked that phone 12 times in 10 minutes. It's nothing, Ji-hoon said. Uh-huh. Min-jae leaned closer. You look like someone waiting for a confession text. Ji-hoon ignored him, but his ears burned. 2 days had passed since the cafe. 2 long days where Seoul felt louder, brighter, and strangely empty. Then his phone buzzed. Unknown contact. This is Awa. I hope I saved the right number. He stood up so fast his chair scraped loudly. Yes, he typed. Then deleted it. Typed again. You saved the right number. I'm glad you messaged. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Are you free this evening? He didn't even think. Yes. Another pause. There's a bookstore near Itaewon. I like it because no one rushes me there. I know it, he replied. I'll meet you. When evening came, Ji-hoon arrived early. Very early. He pretended to browse books but kept glancing at the door. Then the room shifted. Awa walked in. People looked up. Some stared too long. Some nudged each other. A few smiled politely. She wore a simple dress and flat shoes. No effort. No epaleji. Ji-hoon felt his throat tighten. She spotted him and waved. You're early, she said. So are you, he replied. She smiled. I didn't want to rush. They walked between shelves. I like how quiet it is, she said. It feels safe. Safe, he repeated. Yes. Quiet places don't judge as loudly. He didn't know what to say to that. They sat on the floor in a corner, backs against the shelf. What are you reading? He asked. She showed him the cover. Korean grammar. You're serious about learning, he said. I have to be, she replied. People already decide I don't belong. I don't want to give them more reasons. That hurt him. Because it was true. Do people say things? He asked softly. She laughed, but there was no humor in it. Every day. What kind of things? She hesitated, then spoke slowly. Some ask if I'm lost. Some touch my hair without asking. Some tell me I'm brave, like I'm surviving a war. And some, she added, pretend I don't exist. Ji-hoon clenched his fist. I'm sorry. She turned to him. Why are you apologizing? Because this is my country. She shook her head gently. You didn't create the stairs. Their eyes held. Something unspoken grew between them. Before we go further, if this story is touching you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment where you're watching from. Your support truly matters. A group of teenagers passed by, whispering. One pointed at Awa and laughed quietly. Ji-hoon stood up instantly. Hey. Awa grabbed his wrist. Don't. They were rude. I know, she said. But I don't want trouble. He sat back down, frustrated. Doesn't it get tiring? He asked. Always being the bigger person? She smiled sadly. I am the bigger person. Literally. He laughed despite himself. She joined in. That laugh changed something. After the bookstore, they walked outside. The air was cool. I should go, she said. So soon. I have an early shift tomorrow. At the hotel? She nodded. Front desk. They're lucky to have you. She looked at him, surprised. You really think so? Yes. Silence again. Heavy this time. Awa, he said. Can I ask you something honest? Yes. Are you afraid of us? She took a long breath. I'm afraid of how much I don't want to be afraid. That answer stayed with him all night. Days turned into weeks. They met often. Cafes. Parks. Quiet streets. Always careful. Always slow. Ji-hoon noticed how people treated them. How waiters spoke louder to her. How strangers asked him questions but ignored her. One afternoon his mother called. Are you dating someone? She asked suddenly. His heart dropped. Why? A neighbor saw you in Itaewon. With a foreign woman. She's not just foreign, he said. She's Awa. There was a pause. Is she black? Yes. Another pause. Longer. You know this will be difficult, his mother said carefully. I know. You can still stop. He closed his eyes. I don't want to. When he told Awa later, she didn't look surprised. I was waiting for this, she said. For what? For the moment when reality knocks. He reached for her hand. She let him. I don't want to hide you, he said. She squeezed his hand once, then pulled away. I don't want to be your secret either. That night, they argued for the first time. Not loudly, but deeply. I didn't ask for this life, she said. I just wanted peace. And I didn't ask to fall for you, he replied. They stared at each other, both breathing hard. Then she said quietly, that's what scares me. At that point in the story, if you're still watching, comment, love has no color, and tell us your country. Don't forget to like and subscribe. They didn't speak for 2 days after that. Ji-hoon thought he had lost her. Then on the third day she showed up outside his apartment. Rain again. Why do you keep meeting me in the rain? He asked weakly. Because that's when you first saw me, she said. I don't want easy, she continued. I want honest. I can do honest, he said. I just don't know if I can protect you. She stepped closer. I don't need protection. I need partnership. That word settled between them. Partnership. They stood there, rain falling, neither moving away. And somewhere in the city, invisible lines were already being crossed. The first time they walked openly holding hands, it lasted exactly 12 steps. By the 13th step, someone noticed. A woman slowed down, stared openly at Awa, then looked at Ji-hoon with a face full of questions. A man passing by shook his head. Another whispered something under his breath. Awa felt it instantly. She always did. Her fingers loosened around Ji-hoon's hand. He noticed. Hey. It's okay, she said softly. No, he replied, tightening his grip again. It's not. She looked at him. Really looked at him. His jaw was tight. His shoulders stiff. This is what I was afraid of, she said. I don't want you fighting the world for me. I'm not fighting for you, he said. I'm standing with you. They kept walking. Outside a restaurant, 2 men laughed openly. Wow, one said in Korean. That's interesting. Ji-hoon stopped. Awa's heart dropped. Yi-hoon. He turned to them. Is there a problem? The men froze, surprised they'd been heard. No, one muttered. Then mind your business, Ji-hoon said. They walked away quickly. Awa exhaled shakily. You didn't have to do that, she said. Yes, I did. That night, she cried alone in her apartment. Not because of the men, but because someone had defended her without asking her to shrink. The next day, Ji-hoon's mother asked to meet her. I want to understand, she said on the phone. Bring her for dinner. Yi-hoon varend Ava. My mother is polite but honest. Awa nodded. So am I. Dinner was quiet at first. His mother served soup. His father barely spoke. So, his mother said finally, smiling thinly, how long will you stay in Korea? Awa understood the meaning behind the question. I don't know, she answered calmly. As long as life allows me. And your family? The mother asked. They are far. Yes, Awa said. But they raised me to be strong. His father cleared his throat. Korea is not easy for outsiders. Awa met his eyes. Neither is anywhere else. Silence. Ji-hoon squeezed her knee under the table. After dinner in the kitchen, his mother spoke quietly to him. She is very noticeable, she said. She is, he replied. That's one of the things I admire. You will suffer, his mother warned. People will talk. They already do, he said. Later, outside, Awa leaned against the wall. She doesn't hate me, Awa said. But she doesn't want me either. I'm sorry. She shook her head. Don't apologize for truth. Weeks passed. The pressure grew. At work, Ji-hoon overheard whispers. At least she's confident. Is it a phase? He could have chosen easier. One day, Awa didn't show up to meet him. He called. No answer. He went to her apartment. The door opened slowly. Her eyes were red. I got called names today, she said flatly. Who? He demanded. Strangers. Again. She laughed bitterly. They said I was stealing Korean men. His chest burned. That's insane. I'm tired, she said. Tired of being strong. She sat on the floor. He sat with her. I don't want to leave Korea, she whispered. But I don't want to disappear either. He pulled her into his arms. She let herself lean fully this time. Right here. If this story is keeping you glued, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment where you're watching from. Your engagement keeps stories like this alive. A few days later, everything broke. They were on the subway when a man shouted, "Go back to where you came from." People stared. No one spoke. Awa stood frozen. Ji-hoon stepped forward. "Stop." The man laughed. "Why? Is she yours?" Awa felt the words like a slap. Ji-hoon turned to her. "Come." They got off at the next stop. On the platform, Awa finally snapped. "I can't do this anymore," she cried. "Every day is a battle." "I know," he shouted back, then stopped himself. "I know. Love isn't supposed to hurt like this," she said. "Love doesn't hurt," he replied. "People do." She covered her face. What if love isn't enough? That question scared him more than anything. They didn't break up. But something cracked. Days passed in silence. Then Awa got an email. A job opportunity. In another country. A fresh start. She stared at the screen for a long time. That night, she told Ji-hoon. He listened quietly. "When do you leave?" he asked. "I haven't decided." He nodded. "I don't want to hold you back." She looked at him, tears forming. "I don't want to be brave alone anymore." He took her hands. "Then don't be." But time was running out. And love was about to be tested in ways neither of them imagined. Awa didn't sleep that night. The email stayed open on her phone, glowing softly in the dark. A new country. A clean slate. No stairs. No shouting. No need to explain her existence. Freedom. But freedom felt heavy. In the morning, she stood in front of the mirror and looked at herself. Tall. Black. Unapologetic. The same woman she had always been. "I shouldn't have to run," she whispered. But love had taught her something painful. Staying also had a cost. Ji-hoon spent the day distracted. He answered emails without reading them. He nodded in meetings without listening. His chest felt tight, like something precious was slipping away and he didn't know how to hold it. That evening, he went to the river where they often sat. Awa was already there. They stood side by side, not touching. "I got the ticket details," she said quietly. "If I go, it's soon." He swallowed. "Do you want to go?" "I want peace," she replied. "I don't know where that lives." He nodded slowly. "I don't want to be the reason you stay if staying hurts you." She turned to him sharply. "Do you think this doesn't hurt me?" He met her eyes. "I think you're stronger than anyone I know. And I hate that the world keeps testing that." Tears slipped down her face. "I didn't come here to be a lesson." "I know." They stood in silence. A child nearby laughed. Life continued. "I love you," Awa said suddenly. The words hung in the air. Ji-hoon's breath caught. "I love you too." They had never said it before. She smiled through tears. "That makes this harder." "Yes," he agreed. "But also clearer." The next day, Ji-hoon did something he had never done. He posted a picture. Not of their faces. Just their hands. His lighter skin. Her darker skin. Fingers intertwined. The caption was simple. "This is my partner." The reaction was immediate. Support. Hate. Shock. Silence. His phone buzzed nonstop. His mother called. "You chose loudly," she said. "Yes," he replied. "Because she has never been allowed to be quiet." There was a pause. "You will suffer," his mother said again. "So will she," he answered. "But she shouldn't suffer alone." That night, Awa saw the post. Her hands trembled. "You didn't ask me," she said when she called him. "I know," he replied. "I'll delete it if you want." She was quiet for a long time. Then she said no. Days passed. Some doors closed. Others opened. Strangers still stared. But now some smiled. At work, someone defended her. On the street, someone said, "You're beautiful," without touching her. Small changes. Not miracles. The departure date came. Suitcase packed. Awa stood at the airport, ticket in hand. Ji-hoon stood in front of her. You don't have to decide forever, he said. Just decide what you need now. She looked at the departure board. Then at him. I came here to disappear, she said. But you saw me. She tore the ticket in half. Not dramatically. Calmly. I'm not ready to leave, she said. I want to stay. And fight. And love. His eyes filled with tears. We'll fight together. Months later, they walked the same street where they first met. No running this time. Just walking. People still looked. But Awa's head was high. Ji-hoon's hand was steady. They didn't know what the future held. But they knew one thing. Love didn't erase difference. It honored it. And if you stayed till the end, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment where you're watching from. Your support helps stories like this be told. Because love has no color.